Sports Scene, proudly brought to you by Able Home and Office, P&G Motors, B-Mobile Telecom, P&G Australia Partnership, and Vitties Industries.
Good night through Papua New Guinea. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sports Scene, episode 2 actually, and we are psyched to carry on for the rest of the year. But for starters, Lawrence, how was your week?
Yeah, pretty good. Thanks, Dini, and good night to everyone that's watching here, right here on Sports Scene, and really looking forward to the program that we have in store for us, for all of you, for everyone. Jeez.
That's right.
Okay.
I've worked out this week as well. Can you see anything?
Very good. Now, you again, Dini, I must say, I must credit you. You
Yes.
were looking, toned and, you're looking good. You're looking
That's
good.
right.
Yeah, I'm just
I
trying
don't
to
know
be
why
diplomatic.
these camera operators are not even agreeing with
I'm
me.
just trying to be diplomatic in the whole situation here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Valentine's Day coming up, but let's carry on with sports. Let's carry on with sports.
Okay.
Moving on to volleyball, our producer Suli went over to Fisherman Island.
Okay.
I hope he wasn't fishing. But he was covering Pokana 1 volleyball.
Yep.
Suli, yes, Pokana 1 volleyball. So let's take a look at what Suli covered on Fisherman Island.
Fisherman Island is a 20-minute boat ride from the Cocky Fish Market. The sea may look calm and the ride might be rough sometimes, but the skipper is always trusted, bringing you to the magical white sand beach of Fisherman Island. The island is home to more than 2,000 islanders of Ula in the coastline of Central Province. Over the weekend, the annual Pokana 1 volleyball tournament was hosted. This is a minor event held annually to expose the local talents of the island who excel in the code of volleyball.
My main aim was to develop young raw talents. So we put a law that only 3 opens, men's, women's, opens division players and 3 under 21s to take the court. Coming towards this year, because the interest was growing. Last year we put a law that we allowed only 1 open players, outsiders, to come in and participate. This year we allowed 2. Okay, after within those 2 we allowed at least 1 Amor rep, recent, current rep or former rep to come in and then come into 1-1 clubs, teams to participate just to boost our voice.
From this tournament, they'll be preparing for the upcoming National Volleyball Championship. If COVID restriction is uplifted, and they will take part there. So as you can witness, we have some of the upcoming players displaying skill volleyball up here.
There goes some volleyball action out at Fisherman Island. We'll go for a break now. On the other side, team manager for not cricket, P&G, the under-19 Garamuts, and the head coach, Rodney Maha, will join us here in studio. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Joining me in studio now is the team manager for the PNG Garamuts, under-19 Garamuts, Rio Fiocco. Rio, thank you for coming in. And Rodney Maha, the coach for the Garamuts. Gentlemen, thank you so much. How was your the last couple of days since arriving a week ago?
Well, we've been catching up with sleep. We've been jet lagged because we've flown all the way back from Trinidad.
Yeah.
And through Amsterdam, Singapore, and back to Port Moresby. 3 days of flying to just get back here.
5 a.m. arrival.
It's been great to be back, yes.
All right. How about you, Rodney?
Yeah, same. Just catching up on sleep and trying to get our body clocks back to normal time here. So it's been really good
All right.
back.
Let's get straight into it. Recap of the Under-19 World Cup. As the coach, Rodney, I'll give this time to you to just share with us, just briefly, the performance.
Well, it was, I'd say, very challenging for the boys. A very big experience. I think we gave our best. Boys gave their best, but unfortunately, in most of the results, it was not enough, and that probably gives us an indication of the level of cricket that the level that we need to be at to actually compete at that stage. So I think the boys were really good preparing, but like I said, what they gave was not enough. So at the end, we were probably we showed that we were not at that level. But I think from the boys' perspective, every one of them tried their best, and I'm really proud of them.
All right, Rio, just share with us, as the team manager, just share with us your thoughts on their performance as a national team.
The boys did exceptionally well, really, in all the circumstances, because you have to remember, with COVID, we've not been able to play any cricket for 2 years. So we had to quarantine 3 days before we left here. When we arrived in St. Kitts in the Caribbean, we then had to do another 5 days of quarantine. And then we had 2 practice matches, first against United Arab Emirates, and the second game we played England, who are a powerhouse. And England, in fact, made the final against India. We were soundly beaten, but as I said, it was a fantastic experience in those games. And then in the actual ICC World Cup, we were drawn against very tough teams, Afghanistan, Zimbabwe and Pakistan, who are, Pakistan are one of the world leaders in cricket. And to play against those full member countries, it was a fantastic experience for the boys, and they did really well.
Any standouts in particular that you would like to point out? I'm sure you've had like standout performances in the last couple of days.
Definitely, for me, it was young John Carrico, who on the last match against Uganda got the 5 wickets that we were waiting for. We actually expected him to do well with his left-arm spinners, and he got like I said, 5 wickets, and also the man of the match in that game. And also young Kate Nalaki Singhi from Milne Bay. It's a good change from the usual, our Mosby guys always dominate. He got 4 wickets on his debut, and that shows a good sign for our centres outside. So I was really happy with those two. But I just cannot... I probably want to also highlight the work each of the boys did. I think it was really good. So that was overall my view on the players.
At the end of the day, it's a team, and the teamwork stood out as well.
Correct.
Very nice. Okay, you mentioned a little bit about COVID-19. Just share some of the challenges.
Well, as I said, we've not been able to play any cricket really for the last 2 years because of all the COVID restrictions. So our boys hadn't played any matches except against the Lewis in the short term before they left. And of course we were very short of match practice, whereas most of the other countries have actually been able to play cricket amongst themselves or against their neighbours. People like Scotland and Ireland and England, of course, can play regularly. So we were underdone in terms of playing, but we noticed a definite improvement every match we went on. After we lost our first 3 games in the competition, we then went to the Plate Series, and then we played West Indies, who are another top country for cricket, and we were beaten there. But in our last game against Uganda, we bowled them out for 123, which was a great effort from our
Not bad.
bowlers. And unfortunately, we had a few decisions which went against us, which we were disagree with, but that's cricket. And we should have got there. And had we beaten Uganda, which we probably should have won, then we would have played off for the 13th and 14th position. So, as I said, fantastic learning experience for the team, and we've definitely unearthed some future Barramundis players amongst them, particularly from the bowling group. And I could also mention exceptional performances from Junior Morea, who opened our bowling along with Rassan Kaval. They bowled exceptionally well. And,
in terms of the game itself and the living arrangements, did you guys have to like manage the team and be in bubbles, like how it was very extreme when the senior team traveled, or was it more relaxed this time?
Similar to well, it's now the norm in any tournament that you're in a bubble actually at the hotel. You go straight, train back, you go to the matches straight back. So no, we didn't do any shopping, nothing. We didn't see any go sightseeing, anything.
Any other movement outside of the game?
That's the norm right now for cricket in the world.
Very good. Okay, so what's ahead for the team, Coach, in terms of international events?
Good, just that question. For us domestically now, it's very important to keep those the players that we took and keep training them and to continue their development. And I think finally make up an academy where we can actually feed Barramundis later in the future. For tournaments, right now for the juniors, that it's done. We are now going through the process again of selecting the next World Cup players. Okay. I think it's in 2 years' time. So we've started the process already, and also some of the boys that have in the group that we went to will also be pushed into a program that will take them to the Barramundis level.
Okay. All right, look, you've answered my last question, so we'll wrap things up. But just if you have any last sentiments to share, we can start with you, Rio.
Well, cricket unfortunately has not received much government funding, and it really showed against all the other countries who have got full academies. In Pakistan, for example, they have an academy in every province. But Cricket PNG is going to start its own young youth academy soon, this year, and they're the future for our players to make the Barramundi. So exciting times ahead for Cricket PNG.
All right, Coach?
I think everything's been covered by Ruan, which was really good. I'd also like to probably thank our sponsor, PIH, for giving us that opportunity to travel, and also probably the rest of PNG, all those guys who have been supporting us from here. And during it was really tough for the guys, mentally also draining, because we were not actually playing the way we wanted. But the spirit was really good, and because of the support back here in PNG, the guys kept going, although things were not working out. So thank you to PNG and everyone else. Even the media were very good, so thank you very much to the media also.
All right, well, on behalf of the Sports Scene crew, we would like to congratulate the team as well on a very good effort out there. That's about it, gentlemen. You both have a nice rest of the evening.
Good, thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, we'll go for a break now, and we'll be back with more right here on Sports Scene. Stay with us.
All right, good night, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Scene. It is time now to talk rugby league with the most famous team in Papua New Guinea, and of course on the Queensland coast there. We're talking about the SPPNG Hunters, and with us via Zoom, he joined us all throughout last season. It was a tough one, but he still turned up every week to give us a preview, and here he is back online again. Matthew Church, head coach of the SPPNG Hunters. Coach, good night. Thank you very much for joining us again.
Good night, Lawrence. Yeah, it's great to be back on Sports Scene.
So how's preparations? Let's get straight into it. Boys settling in well. How's the transition? You've got a pretty new makeup of the team.
Yeah, look, we've got 13 returning players and 13 new players. So we have that benefit of those returning players showing the new guys around and getting them acclimatised to the new surroundings and the new community that they'll be part of for the next 8 months. So yeah, look, there's an adaptation phase with all that sort of stuff, but we've managed to keep our training standards high.
Compared to last year, where you went through 30 days of isolation, this time around you've definitely gone through unscathed, and everyone's come out much more better.
Yeah, certainly. 30 days isolation is never a good start for a pre-season or in the lead up to a season. So thankful that we didn't have to do any of that. We could basically land in the Gold Coast to a test and be cleared to resume training. So really excited about that, and will certainly set us up for a better start to the year.
When does the season start, Coach? And what's the plan in terms of some key lead-up games you'll have before the season starts?
Yeah, so we have our first trial match on the 26th February against the Kaviti Silktails, which is a team out of Fiji that play in the Ron Massey Cup in New South Wales. So we'll play a trial match against those guys. And then the following week on the 5th of March, we'll play a trial against the Capras in Gladstone. We'll have a week off. And then the competition round 1 starts on the 19th of March, which is 1 week after the NRL starting.
Okay, nice. 19th of March gives you just over a month left of preparations. You happy, Coach, so far? The way the team is traveling at the moment?
Yeah, look, I think our training standards have really lifted. We've certainly put a bit more work into them. Having that full season last year gave me a greater understanding that I could probably push them a little harder, certainly in the pre-season period. So we've elevated our intensity and our volume by about 20 to 30%. And really seeing some strong numbers and benefits on the back of that. So I'm really happy with how it's going, and knowing that we're going to, still take a little bit to get into the year and get to where we want to. But yeah, we're making those small steps.
All right, so just on not the new leadership. Kevin is part of the leadership group last year, but now on as co-captain. Of course, a couple of experienced players aired out their views. They had a chance to prove themselves. Yeah,
2021, we wanted to provide a bit of security for our players. So in the first in the lifetime of the Hunters, we offered full-time contracts. We used that as a bit of a carrot throughout the season. Wasn't always going to be performance-based. It was certainly going to be attitude-based and how they were in and around camp. So we ended up offering 13 players a full-time contract. Another 8 from the 2021 squad were offered a train and trial deal. Most of that was in and around how their attitude around camp. And look, we wanted to set higher standards, knowing that the NRL are looking for high quality people, not just high quality performers. So that comes back to their character. So we set some high benchmarks in terms of standards and things that we were not going to accept in 2022. And those guys, only 7 of those players chose to take up the train and trial offer, and a few of those guys didn't survive the pre-season on the basis of we gave them that opportunity to turn around their attitude, and we didn't feel as if they had met the standards that we wanted to meet.
All right, Coach, listen, you've got just over a month left till your first game. We want to again wish you all the best with all the preparations, and look forward to season 22. I'll give you this last opportunity to of course, thank all our good partners of the SPPNG Hunters.
Yeah, look, thanks, Lawrence. We know that we can't do what we love to do, and that's to compete for the Hunters, and and hopefully be the pride of the nation. And to do that, you need the support, especially when you're relocated into another country. So, obviously, SP, we've got Kumul Petroleum, Trukai Industries, Digicel. Probably more than I can even mention. But for all our sponsors and supporters, thank you for your continued support. We'd also like to thank any stakeholders that are in PNG or in Queensland that allow us to be here. So, thanks for that opportunity, Lawrence.
Yeah, absolutely. The borders are opening, so who knows, Coach? I may make a a cameo appearance there with the team. How's that?
Well, more than welcome. We get a lot of support where we go. So if we can add to that list by the borders being open and that ability to have bigger crowds, it makes it feel like we're a bit more back at NFS Stadium.
No worries. Listen, thanks, Coach, so much. Have a fantastic rest of the day, or rest of the evening, I should say, and do pass our best wishes to all the players, the coaches, the management, and everyone else.
Will do. Stay safe in PNG.
All right, there we go. Matthew Church, head coach of the SP PNG Hunters. We'll take a short time out now, and we'll be back with more on Sports Scene.
Welcome back. You're watching Sports in. Last segment here on the show. Lawrence, I will leave it to you to run through what's coming up. The All-Stars.
Yeah, I can't wait for the rugby league to start. And the Broncos, we're going to be doing well. But look, the NRL All-Stars, it's happening this weekend. It's the Maoris versus the Garamuts. Maoris versus Indigenous. Okay? The teams are named just on Tuesday for the annual NRL All-Stars clash at the Commonwealth Bankwest Stadium. Happening this Saturday. It'll be the first ever Harvey Norman All-Stars in Sydney that will feature premierships, test and state of origin stars. Now, Indigenous coach Laurie Daly, geez, I keep getting these names mixed up, you know. I mean, I could be the coaches. Anyway, we'll keep going. Laurie Daly named his 20-man squad that featured Alex Johnston, Hamiso Tabuya Fido, Will Kennedy, and Josh Aroka as the team captain. Now, for the Maoris, they're going to be hard to stop as well. Fifita, Josh Curran, and Andrew Fifita. Andrew and David will be playing. Now, the match is the first major rugby league event of the 2022 NRL calendar.
All right, this is where we'll leave you. Before we do that, contact details. If you want to get in touch with us, call us on 312-9229, or you can email us on sports@EMTV. If our operator can just put that on screen, our contact details for our viewers to see, please. So again, number 312-9229, or you can email us at sports@emtv.com.pg, or you can send us a message on our Facebook page. That's the Sports In Facebook page. And we will get right back to you. Please remember to leave your full name if you're using your nickname on Facebook, and at least an email address or a phone number.
Hashtag.
And one more announcement. If you're at a sporting venue and you take a picture and you upload it, and if you want us to, somehow
put your picture on.
Get hold of the picture, throw it on Sports Scene, on the show, on our page. Just hashtag it, Sports Scene 2022. And we will give it a run on screen and online.
So we need to make sure that they're taking the picture at the sporting field or at the gym. Like you work out at the gym and we hashtag Sports Scene. So next week, maybe can you hashtag one and, we put that picture on that, of you guys.
Not me. Maybe other people, but definitely. Sure. So Sports Scene is spelled SPORTSS.
You have to look back.
ENE. So 2 S's.
Of course.
It's 2022. All lowercase, hashtag it, and we will give it a run. That's about it. I need to go. I need to have some curry chicken.
Must say a big thanks to
our friends at Vitis,
to Vitis, thank you, and all our partners that have come back onto the show, B Mobile, PNG Motors, and Vitis as well. Thank you so much. And the Australia PNG Sports Partnership as well. Christy didn't forget about you.
All right. Good night, everyone. We will see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now.
Good night.